Good afternoon, Jeremy. I noticed when we were on the campaign trail that you were asked basically the same question over and over. That question being, why should I vote for you versus your opponents? Would you care to address that today?
Well, absolutely. I think that begins with my professionalism. My professional career began as an intern in the Florida governor's office. Through hard work and perseverance, qualities that I learned as a United States Marine, I quickly rose to the level of deputy director. The pinnacle of my career in politics was being asked to go to the Florida Division of Emergency Management to lead a $4 billion disaster grant program. My family and I only returned to Alachua County when my father, Dr. Shores, became ill with cancer. At this time, I was asked to manage the family business, and this proved to be an excellent opportunity for me to reconnect with the people of Alachua County. After implementing a number of customer service changes and doubling the value of the animal hospital, I felt comfortable returning to public service, which is my true passion.
Would you care to mention anything about, say, your time in college or the Marine Corps?
Oh, absolutely. College was a great experience. I was fresh out of the Marine Corps after being recalled to active duty in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. I was newly married. I had focus and ambition about making a difference in the community. It was a time in my life when I was engaged in everything from campus clubs to teaching vacation Bible school so that the parents at our church could participate with their children. My favorite project during college was the 100-foot flagpole on the Santa Fe College campus that stands as a monument to all of the men and women who have served in our great nation. This project provided me with the opportunity to engage with several new groups of people in Alachua County, and it was highly rewarding. You mentioned the Marine Corps. Well, the Marine Corps taught me a lot of lessons. I mentioned hard work and perseverance earlier, and these both served me very well. As I frequently received opportunities to lead in different capacities, but more important than that, it reinforced a value that I learned from my parents, and that is blood is not the only thing that makes a family. This value is what drives me to perform with excellence on a daily basis, because I recognize that the people that I serve are simply extensions of my American family, and that whether I serve you in the mountains of Afghanistan or in an office on Main Street, it is my duty to provide you with the same level of service that I would for my own mother.
Well, you mentioned family a lot. Is there anything that growing up with Dr. Shores, maybe in your childhood, that you'd like to think about?
Yeah, like most people, my childhood wasn't perfect. My parents were divorced when I was young, and I grew up in a patchwork family, much like the Brady Bunch. I did have a lot of awesome opportunities, though. When I was 8, I was allowed to start going to work at the animal hospital, where I did everything from dressing up in a dog costume to working in the kennels and eventually becoming a technician. I learned a lot of lessons at Shores Animal Hospital. The first was that customer service is paramount. At every staff meeting, Dr. Shores would remind the entire team that he could be the best veterinarian in the world, and he just may have been. But if the customer on the phone couldn't sense a smile on the face of our team member, they would never walk through our doors. I embrace this value to this day. Another lesson that has always driven me in my public service is one that every small business owner can relate to. One of the veterinarians or technicians would find a new piece of equipment that they thought could change the world, and they would ask him to buy it. Instead of telling them no, or it was too expensive, he would have them write down every scenario over the next month where they could have used the equipment and what positive impact having that equipment would have had for our clients. You see, it was more important to him that his employees understood that he valued their ideas, and equally important that they understood that you don't always need the latest and greatest thing in order to better serve your customers. The customers who would eventually pay for that latest and greatest thing.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add that we might have left out in our questions and answers today?
Well, I think that the biggest thing is that you can take the 3 people running for office. We all have extensive service to the public. 2 of them have experience working in that office on a daily basis. But when you measure us with a ruler, we all add up. But when you measure us with a yardstick, 2 of them are going to fall short.
Well, I want to say thank you again for taking the time to discuss these things with us. And hopefully that this video will allow more of the people that are speaking to you to already have a basis to know where you're coming from and be able to get to some really deep questions. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you.